The views represented on this show are not necessarily those of this station or its management. This radio show contains differing points of view on current political topics, and due to the nature of its contents, it should be heard by everyone. Thank you for listening.
3, 2, 1.
Now live from the heart of liberal Wisconsin, where the political party is just beginning, welcome to the Devil's Advocate Show. Best friends proving it's never personal, only politics.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
Now here are your hosts, Dom and Crute.
Welcome to the Devil's Advocates Radio Show. Happy Hump Day to you, my little buddy.
Happy Hump Day, Crudy. I can't wait for the weekend, but I tell you what, it's so exciting to do this show every single day because the news just keeps on coming.
You know who's especially excited about today's happening? Dom, yesterday's guest, James Santelle, former US Attorney, appeared on the show with us, mid-afternoon in studio?
Yeah.
And then last night, tweet me like a schoolgirl. Crudy, did you see the new breaking news in the Mueller and the Corsi and the Manafort? And I said, tell you what, Jim, why don't you come back?
Tell us all about it.
And update the audience. So he's going to do so. The very gracious Jim Santelle, back-to-back shows appearing at 2:30 today. So stick around for that. Also, an old friend, a former gubernatorial candidate, twice elected chair of the Democratic Party of the great state of Wisconsin, Matt Flynn. Matt Flynn, and I saw this originally reported by our friend Bruce Murphy at the online daily urbanmilwaukee.com. Matt Flynn thinks we can get out of the FoxCONn deal, and that is a conversation worthy of having on this fine program. 3:30 today, Matt Flynn is going to tell us how we break the FoxCONn deal in a legal fashion. So I'll look forward to having Matt call in. But Dominic, the lead today, I mean, Jim Santelle didn't even know about this lead when he was tweeting me out so enthusiastically last night. Exclusive, according to CNN, 2 key answers from Trump to Mueller. CNN reporting President Donald Trump told special counsel Robert Mueller in writing that Roger Stone did not tell him about WikiLeaks, nor was he told about the 2016 Trump Tower meeting between his son, campaign officials, and a Russian lawyer promising dirt on Hillary Clinton, according to 2 sources familiar with the matter. So we now know, at least according to CNN's reporting, how Trump answered a couple of the most important questions about collusion. Now I'll read on from the piece, and then we'll editorialize. One source described the president's answers without providing any direct quotes and said the president made clear he was answering to the best of his recollection.
Yeah.
I hear he has an excellent memory, though, Dom.
One of the greatest memories of all time, as I recall.
This is the first insight into how the president responded to Mueller's team's written questions, a key unknown as Mueller aims to wrap up his investigation and prepare his final report. Well, what Jim Santelle tell us yesterday, we're maybe in the middle of the middle. I'm looking for the beginning of the end, Dom. I read on. These 2 points, WikiLeaks and the Trump Tower meeting, are critical to Mueller's central mission investigating whether the Trump campaign colluded with Russians during the 2016 campaign. The president's lawyers previously told CNN the answers would match his public statement. Still, these written answers could be subject to criminal charges if false. A spokesman for the special counsel's office declined to comment. We haven't seen any comments from Mueller, right? Except through indictments and filings in the courts. According to many lawyers who have experience in cases such as this, adding the caveat that he has no recollection, as the president apparently did with these written answers to Mueller, is standard procedure as a way to try and shield a client should their recollections be challenged, Dom. Here's a quote. It's well documented how frequently he says or tweets false things, and there's no criminal exposure for that. This quote coming from legal analyst Carrie Cordero CNN legal analyst. The difference is, if he lies in his statement to federal investigators, he is potentially exposing himself to criminal liability, assuming he attested to the accuracy of the information.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. We'll never know.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
On WikiLeaks, Mueller's team has been investigating whether Stone, a Republican political operative and longtime Trump ally, knew in advance about WikiLeaks' dumps of hacked emails from the Democratic National Committee and Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta at key times during the 2016 campaign. Well, we remember that. We were at the DNC when they dropped them. Investigators have questioned multiple Stone associates in the past few months. Stone has denied having any advanced knowledge of the WikiLeaks releases.
I have never discussed any of this with Donald Trump. It's one of the questions that Mr. Mueller wants the president to answer, one of the written questions. I'm highly confident that his answer will be that he knew nothing about it. We just never discussed it, Stone recently told CNN. Stone's denials matches with what Trump told Mueller, and the two never spoke about WikiLeaks. Trump vehemently denies colluding with Russia. He told the Associated Press in an interview last year, when WikiLeaks came out, never heard of WikiLeaks, never heard of it. When WikiLeaks came out, all I was just saying is, well, look, all this information here, this is pretty good stuff. On the 2016 Trump Tower meeting, Crudy, the president has publicly said he didn't know about the meeting. Quote, I did not know of the meeting with my son, Don Jr., Trump tweeted in July. The president's son told lawmakers he did not tell his father about the meeting in advance. He said he took the meeting to listen to what the Russians had to offer on Clinton.
Now, Dom, I have a brief aside, another press report, this one from Max Greenwood at thehill.com, way back January of 2018. The headline reads as thus: Bannon said there's zero chance Trump didn't know about Don Jr.'s Russian meeting. Right. This from the book Fire and Fury, the Michael Wolff expose. Former White House chief strategist Stephen Bannon said there was zero chance that President Trump was not aware of the controversial 2016 meeting at Trump Tower between one of his sons and a Russian lawyer, according to a new book. According to MSNBC, which tweeted an excerpt from Michael Wolff's upcoming book, Fire and Fury, inside the Trump White House, Bannon said it is likely Donald Trump Jr. took lawyer Natalia Veselnitskaya and others up to his father's office during the meeting. Here's a quote. The chance that Don Jr. did not walk these Jumos up to his father, the white nationalist guy that kind of took him across the finish line.
The Breitbart guy? That guy? Yeah, that guy.
What else did he say about the Trump Tower meeting, Dom? I think something treasonous, I think was the word.
Unpatriotic and treasonous, also quoted in the Michael Wolff publication.
So, anyways, there's that. Bannon thinks that Trump knew. Trump, according to CNN's new reporting, Trump didn't know, or to the best of his recollection, he didn't know. But didn't he also draft the cover letter on behalf of Trump Jr.? Didn't Trump Sr. dictate that on Air Force One, the whole, we were just talking about Russian adoptions.
Right, and let's not forget how many different stories came out regarding this story, the Russian adoptions. Crudy, of course, the response to the Magnitsky Act, that was put
Don't get me started.
The Russians for the murder of basically an accountant who uncovered hundreds of millions of dollars in fraud in Russia. But back quickly to the CNN conclusion, Crudy, and this is some news to me. Before the answers that Trump submitted, before those were submitted, Mueller asked Trump lawyers for call logs and visitor logs related to Stone from Trump Tower. CNN reported earlier this month. The request this late in the investigation surprised Trump's legal team. And finally, Stone told CNN,
oh no, they're still investigating,
that he has not been contacted by Mueller's team. Trump Jr. testified under oath to several congressional committees and provided documents to Mueller's investigators. His lawyer declined to comment on whether Trump Jr. was interviewed by the special counsel.
And, Dom, I thought there was more news on that topic. I don't mean to digress too much, Ultimately, do you think Trump's telling the truth through his written recollections?
Well, I mean, if he doesn't recall, and it's always the qualifier, right? To the best of my memory, I don't think so.
Is that really a qualifier? Oh, I committed a crime, but I don't remember it? Is that going to get you or I off in a court of law, Dom? I mean, if the prosecutor asked us, do you remember committing that crime? No, I have no recollection. I sure hope I didn't do it. I mean, that sounds like the Ronald Reagan Iran-Contra defense.
Right. In my heart, I know it happened, but I'd like to think that it didn't.
I think it was the other way around. In my heart, I was hoping it didn't happen. But, oh, yeah, it really happened.
In my heart, I didn't want to get caught, but since I did, I guess I'm stuck, and I have to admit that it happened. Hope somebody can take the fall for me. Maybe Junior's the fall guy. I mean, well, obviously, if Junior told the investigators, nope, didn't tell Pops, didn't happen. I mean, they concocted the story, and this is the, third iteration of this scenario. I have no faith that they're telling the truth now.
So do you think Trump Jr. will be the next to be indicted, perhaps, Dom?
That would certainly hope so.
Close the circle closer and closer to Donald Trump. Can't wait for our pal Jim Santelle joining us at 2:30, giving us a little update on some of this breaking news. But there was some stunning reporting on the Fox News last night. That Judge Napolitano guy, now he seemingly doesn't like, well, I tell you what, you come back with us. More Devil's Advocates. We'll tell you that story in the very next segment. More of us, Real Resistance Radio, and perhaps you even on the phones. 844-967-2789. It's Hump Day. Start dialing.
I wrote this stuff all down. Although I don't need it because I have a really good memory.
I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
Fire, fury, and frankly, power.
5 your local single-source IT solutions provider. Specializing in cloud technology, consulting, servers, networks, and hosting. We manage your IT so you can focus on running your business. Enjoy technology. Enjoy 59s.com.
Teens in foster care will love you, even if you don't know the lingo.
Dad bod, noun. The result of the occasional donut, always washed down with confidence.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council. Visit adoptuskids.org.
Long ago, you wouldn't think of galloping on a horse while doing calligraphy. And you wouldn't have attempted to ride your bike while typing a letter. Yet you think you can safely operate a multi-ton vehicle while texting? Behind the wheel is no place to multitask. If you want to BRB, drive now and text later. Lives depend on it.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
When you shop Goodwill, you don't just bring home a vintage dress or cat lamp. You bring home so much good to your community because everything you buy funds local job training and more. Goodwill, bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Knowing your breasts can save your life. Go to knowyourgirls.org for the facts you need on breast health. Brought to you by Susan G. Komen and the Ad Council.